Hi all, technical issues today. It's Andy Henderson. I've just had to come off the live because of bad internet connection, but I'm back now. It's Andy Henderson, your Sherpa Guide live from Forward Thinking, and today is episode 40 of Sherpa Guidance, and today it's all about your version of success. What is your version of success? What is success anyway? What does it mean to you? Maybe you shy away from it. Maybe you think it's a bit ego-driven, the word success, but I don't, because success, it's just about hopes, aims and dreams, our goals, and what happens when we achieve them. And for me, in terms of business, in terms of growing a business, it's vitally important what the meaning of our own success means to us, because that's a destination where we're heading. That's where we're going to, right? That's where we need to be. We need to feel like we're a success. We need to feel like we've capitalised on our hopes, on our dreams, on our goals, and we've completed those, and we've done something worthwhile in the world. But how do we do that? How do we define what our own version of success is? And why is it so important? Well, it's Sherpa Guidance episode number 40. And in these episodes, on Monday, I talk you through some stuff. On Friday, I give you a framework to use. And on Wednesday, I give you a framework to use. And on Friday, that's when I help you understand how I apply this stuff in my business. So today, after a disappointingly bad internet connection 2 or 3 minutes ago, we're back. And I'm talking to you about what does success mean to you? And it's important we really settle into this and resonate into it and really understand it, because when we define what our own success is to be in the future, that becomes the direction that we're headed. And success isn't about ego. It's not about money or mansions or fast cars and stuff. It's about achieving our aims, our hopes and our dreams, our goals. It's accomplishing those things. So in order to move towards those things, you have to define what it is you're moving towards. So therefore, we need to define what our own version of success is. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? And only then can we start to travel in the right direction to start to accomplish those hopes, dreams, goals and aims and whatever you want to call them. Because success is, it does feel like a little bit of an ego word, but it's not, because it's not about the outside world. It's not about comparison. I'm more successful than him or her. It's about your version of success. And one of the things I teach in Success GPS in the mastermind program is crystallizing our own version of success, because that version of success that we define is actually what happens or who we become at the top of our mountain. Because growing a business is hard. It's like climbing a mountain, but when you get to the top, that feeling of success, that feeling of accomplishment, that's the thing that magnetizes you through. And it's so important to define that. And how you go about defining that, it's fairly simple. It's in twofold really. It's defining what your life looks like once you've achieved your goals and your hopes and dreams of the future. And also defining your business and what that's going to look like, in terms of the future and your goals, and building a legacy, building a business that does such great impact in the world and makes you some money and serves others and, can potentially be world changing. So we've got to look at it in two contexts, not specifically explicitly, but we've got to think about what do we want our life to be like in the future, and what do we want our business to look like in the future. What is our version of success in business? Why are we doing what we're doing? And when we get to where we want to go, what does success mean to us at that point? So it's a great thing to do actually, because, I've had 17 calls this week booking my diary. And when I've been speaking to these people, I go through a process of helping to understand where they're at right now. But I also ask them a question about where they want to be in the future. And the amount of people that can't answer that, they're not clear on why they're in business. They're not clear on where they want to be. They're not clear on what's going to happen when they get there. They're just moving from where they are forwards, trying to move forwards, trying to build something, trying to cut through all the obstacles and stuff. But actually, where we want to be is we want to be defining where we want to be in the future and working backwards from that point. So the end point is, what does success really and truly mean for you? Define the things that you want in your life. Define how you're going to feel when you get successful, when you become successful. You might already be successful. You might already feel fulfilled. You might have everything you want and need around you right now, which is brilliant. But for those that don't, you need some kind of structure to follow. And that's what I'm going to give you on Wednesday, the structure to help you define your success. But from a Monday's live perspective, from Sherpa Guidance episode 40, which is what we're doing now, it's all about really crystallizing that future. Why do you want to get to where you want to go? What's going to happen when you get there? What does your business look like when you get there? What are all the great things that are going to happen in your life when you arrive at that point, or when you're going through that journey? Because, wouldn't it be great to start constantly moving towards that place that you want to be? That successful feeling, that successful life that you want in the future. It's not saying that you shouldn't have that life now, because the journey that you create towards it is going to be enjoyable. It's going to give you that feeling of success anyway. We're just waiting for the world to catch up with you on getting there, you know? So it's super, super important to define what it is, what your success is in your own words, in your own language. So define what your successful life looks like. Who are you with? Where are you? What things do you own? What things do you have? How do you feel when you've become successful? What single thing in the world has to happen for you to feel like you're a success? And because you're a business owner probably watching this, how does your business need to perform to give you that life of success as well? You know, what does your successful business look like? You know, if you're, whatever your revenues and profits are now, however many people you serve, however many customers you've got or employees you've got, where's it going to be in 5 to 10 years' time? I'm not just talking next week or next month or next year. I'm talking 5 to 10 years' time. What's the successful definition of your business and your life? We need to really crystallise that, write all the stuff down. It's really important. And once you've got that, you can ask yourself a simple question. If that's the life I want in the future, if that's the successful life I want to get to in the future, then how does my business, which is just a vehicle, how does my business need to perform to give me that life in the future? Yeah? That's really important. How does my business need to perform to give me that life? Because if you don't do any of this stuff, what you end up doing is just going for growth all the time. And that growth is a hamster wheel. It's keeping going, it's keeping going, it's keeping going. It never stops. It's perpetual. It just keeps going and keeps going. You never get to that point where you think, I've done it. I've cracked it. I don't need to do anything else ever again. Or I could go again. Or I could sell my business. Or I could joint venture it. Or I could install a management team to run it for me. You know, what is your version of success? Really, really, really important thing. Because that version of success is your destination. That's where you're trying to get to. And it might take you 3 years, it might take you 5 years, it might take you 10. But it's important, and every successful entrepreneur and business owner in the world has a compelling vision of the future, where part of their own successful life is baked into that compelling vision of the future. Who are they to become in the future? How is it going to feel like for them to become successful in the future? Yeah? And once you've defined all that stuff, you can work backwards from there. And the starting point to work backwards from there is, how does my business need to perform in order to give me that life? No more, no less, because we're not going on the hamster wheel. We're connecting the performance of our business to the life we want in the future. So it might be you're at 100k now in terms of revenue. You might be at £1 million in terms of revenue. You might be at £5 million or £10 million in terms of revenue. But you don't want to stay where you are, do you? You want to move forwards. You want to build a legacy business. You want to build a business that works for you and not the other way around. So therefore, if that's the case, how does your business need to perform? Revenue, profit, customers impacted, number of employees, number of hours you're working in your business, number of cash in the bank. How does it need to perform to give you the life you've described and defined in your future? It's a really simple one. And then once you've got those numbers nailed down and it's connected to your life in the future, that starts to become your aims and your goals. And that starts to become the creation of the mountain that you're going to climb up to go on your journey for your successful life, to build that legacy business that you're so excited about building. But we have to know before we start building, we have to know what we're doing it for, why are we doing it, and what's going to happen when we've done it. Because only at that point do we have a strong enough vision to take us forward and bulldoze any obstacle that stands in your way and capitalise on every single opportunity that comes into your world as you're going on that journey. And it's an absolutely amazing feeling because every day you feel like you're making progress to that place you want to be. And every day you can look behind and see how far you've come. But that describing what your version of success is the cornerstone to how we create a successful business. We have to understand what it is we're doing, why it is we're doing it, and what's going to happen when we get there, when we've done it. Yeah? So hopefully that was helpful for you. On Wednesday, I'm going to show you, I'm going to share with you a framework to go through that process so you can build that piece by piece. And then you can reverse engineer from there and you can create your roadmap to build and grow your dream business. A business that works for you and not the other way around. So I'm Andy Henderson, guys. As always, Monday Live's a bit of a freestyle about a particular topic. This week's topic is all about what success means for you, specifically you, not your wife, not your husband, not your business partners, not anyone else. What does success in business and life mean for you? That's the starting point. We start at the end and work backwards. Only when you've got that down can you start to feel like you're making progress towards a business and life that you want in the future. So, Andy Henderson, episode 40 of Sherpa Guidance. I am your Sherpa Guide as always. I'll be live again on Wednesday where I'm going to take you through some slides and the the framework of how we do this. And Friday, I'm going to share with you how I applied that to my business. I'm going to share with you what my version of success is as well. So it'll be great to see you on Wednesday. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Gordon. Nice to see you. Hopefully you've had a nice weekend, and I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. Just remember, you're just one step away.